The first time the young CEO walked into the coffee shop, he acted like the room belonged to him. He wore a sharp jacket, carried a laptop like a trophy, and spoke into his phone with the calm confidence of someone who believed the future was already his. The baristas did not care. Neither did Sarah. She looked up once, saw the expensive watch, the restless eyes, the energy of someone always racing ahead, and then she went back to steaming milk like he was just another customer. When he reached the counter, he tried a smile that usually worked on investors. He said he needed something strong because he was building the next big thing. Sarah blinked slowly and asked what size. That was it. No wow, no recognition. No special treatment. The young Elon Musk did not hear no very often, and something about her total lack of interest annoyed him and pulled him in at the same time. He ordered a black coffee and added a line about how caffeine was basically rocket fuel for the brain. Sarah did not laugh. She slid the cup across and said, "Dead serious. That rocket fuel tastes better with oat milk." The people behind him chuckled. Elon stiffened, then smiled like he enjoyed it, but the truth was he had not expected anyone to punch through his image that easily. He walked out with his coffee, but the feeling stayed like a spark under his skin. The next morning he came back. Same shop, same counter. Same Sarah, he tried again, this time with a story about how his startup was changing the world and he was too busy for sleep. Sarah listened like she was listening to a weather report. Then she said, "You look tired," and handed him an extra napkin like that was her big contribution to his mission. He left irritated. He also left thinking about her voice. By the end of the week, he had a routine. He told himself it was about coffee quality. It was not. He started timing his mornings to her shift. He started noticing small things like how she tied her apron, how she wrote names on cups with quick, confident strokes, how she helped nervous customers without making a show of it. Sarah treated everyone the same. That was the problem. Elon was used to rooms changing when he entered. Sarah did not change at all. She kept calling him boss in a tone that was half joke and half warning, like she could see his ego walking 5 steps ahead of him and she refused to chase it. One morning he tried a different approach. He asked her name. She raised an eyebrow like he had just discovered that baristas are people. "Sarah," she said. Then she asked his. He hesitated, expecting recognition, and when he said Elon, she only nodded and wrote it wrong on the cup on purpose. "Elon?" He stared. She smiled for the first time, small and quick, like a door opening just enough to show light. He pretended to be offended. Inside, he felt something warmer than caffeine. Days passed. His startup was growing fast, but so were his problems. Investors wanted faster results, employees wanted direction, the product kept breaking at the worst times. Elon stopped sleeping. He started coming into the shop with shaky hands and a jaw set too tight. He still tried to impress Sarah with big lines about ambition and destiny, but the words were thinner now. Sarah noticed. One evening, close to closing, he walked in looking like someone had pulled the plug out of his body. He ordered coffee and forgot to pay. Sarah did not laugh this time. She pushed the cup toward him and asked what happened. Elon tried to shrug it off, but his voice cracked when he spoke. He said everything was on the line. He said if his next demo failed, he would lose the deal that kept the company alive. Sarah listened, quiet, steady, and for the first time he felt what it was like to talk without selling himself. Sarah told him to sit. She made him drink water. She made him eat a cookie like it was a medical order. Then she said something simple that hit harder than any investor criticism. She said, "You are not the world. If the world does not clap, you still have to breathe." Elon stared at her like he had never heard that rule before. He asked why she cared. Sarah leaned on the counter and said she did not care about his money or his title. She cared because she had seen too many people burn themselves alive trying to look unstoppable. She told him he was not unstoppable. She told him he was just a person with a brain running too fast. It should have made him angry. Instead, it made him feel safe. That night, he stayed until the shop closed. They talked about nothing and everything. Sarah told him she was saving for school. She wanted to study design, not because it was trendy, but because she loved making things that made life easier. Elon smiled at that, because it sounded like his own mission, but without the ego. He offered to pay for her program on the spot, like he could solve her life in one swipe. Sarah shook her head and said she was not a charity case and she did not want a sponsor. She wanted respect. Elon felt embarrassment rise. He tried to cover it with humor, but Sarah stopped him with a look. She said if he wanted to impress her, he should start by listening. That was the moment he realized this was not a crush he could buy. It was a person who would not bend for him. And that made him want her more. The next week, the demo day arrived. The whole startup team was tense. Elon had written a speech that was perfect on paper, full of big promises and futuristic lines. Before he went on stage, he stopped at the coffee shop. Sarah was there. She saw his nerves in his hands. She made his drink without asking and wrote one line on the cup: "Breathe first, then build." Elon held the cup like it was a map. When he walked into the demo, he did something different. He spoke like a human. He admitted the risks. He explained the dream without pretending it was guaranteed. The investors leaned in. The demo worked. The deal came through. Applause hit. Cameras flashed. People called him brilliant. He smiled, but his mind went straight back to the coffee cup. He returned to the shop after the meeting, expecting to feel like a hero. Sarah looked up and said, "So did the world clap today?" Elon laughed and said yes. Sarah shrugged and said good. "Now go sleep." He leaned forward and told her he wanted to take her out. A real date. No speeches, no boss jokes. Sarah studied him for a long second and said she had one condition. If he tried to talk like a CEO the whole time, she would leave. Elon promised. Sarah smirked and said okay, one date. Elon walked out smiling like he had just won a second deal, but the story did not end neatly. A week later, a gossip page posted a photo of him leaving the coffee shop and called Sarah a gold digger chasing a rich CEO. Sarah saw it and her face went cold. She told Elon she hated the attention and she would not be a headline in his life. Elon felt anger rise, not at her but at the world that always tried to reduce people to roles. He told her he could shut it down with lawyers. Sarah said she did not want threats, she wanted boundaries. She said if he really liked her, he had to choose her privacy over his ego. That was the real test, not the demo. Not the investors. Elon looked at Sarah and realized he had been chasing the future so hard he forgot how to protect the present. He promised her he would keep her out of the noise. Sarah did not fully trust him yet, but she did not walk away. She took a step closer and said, "Show me." Elon nodded because for the first time he wanted to prove something that was not about winning. It was about becoming someone worthy of staying. Like and subscribe for more love and drama stories.